Became a mom, I did not have one maternal bone in my body. I always say that, like they had to grow with my child, and because of that, because I didn't feel like I had this mother's intuition, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't grow up around babies. I had a little cousin, but I did not feel like I was a nurturing person. Of course I was, actually, but like I did not feel that at the moment, and it wasn't like taking care of my baby was something I intuitively knew. And I think a lot of us relate here. And so because of that, I did all of the things before I had a baby. Took all of the courses. I did all the sleep stuff, how to build their language development skills, how to do this, how to do that. My whole entire social feed was like best practices for sleep, best practices for eat, best practices for developmental play, best practices for sensory play, how to best fill a wake window, here's how many minutes for tummy time. Like you're also getting information from like your pediatrician and other doctors or people that you trust in your life too. Information's everywhere and you have to go get it, especially if you're just trying to figure out how to be a mom. That's normal. And to me, and what happens to a lot of us along the way is like I was booked and busy with one kid. Like I could not leave my house because how could I when from the time they woke up, I had every minute scheduled until the time that they went to sleep. And I knew exactly when they were going to sleep and they were going to hit it on the minute, or I was going to have heart palpitations because I had postpartum anxiety and no one knew it, including myself. When accounts like mine are like, it's not a big deal, just go out with your kids. Why is it hard? Like, of course, I'll never frame anything like that because I know that it is, but like, of course, it's like, well, how can I? How are you doing naps on the go? How are you feeding on the go? How are you doing XYZ on the go? But something that is just so friggin' like bust down the door for you is this. And I'll give you just a small example. You realize really quickly, or I hope you learn it really quickly. Maybe after this video you will. Being at home and helping to facilitate the sensory play and helping to aid in their like visual development and doing all of these things at these ages because you have the apps and you know what's going on right when they're happening. You realize you have a very similar experience while doing something you like. So that might be happening at home, but every now and then it might be a really good idea for your own mental health and your own physical well-being to put your baby in the car and strap them to your chest and go walk around at TJ Maxx with a coffee in your hand looking at all of the fall decor, because that is a simple thing that brings you joy. And at the same time, your baby is getting everything that they need and more. Your baby is snuggling with you. Maybe they fall asleep if it's nap time. If not, their wake window can be looking at all the textures and colors. You are talking through every little thing with them, the things that you see on all these expert accounts, but you're also filling your own cup. The baby's old enough where you're taking their hand and you're going, feel that? That's fuzzy. Oh my goodness, it's a pink fuzzy dinosaur. Or with them, they are with you and they're having an experience outside of the house with you. For a while, you build your foundation on these expert accounts that you follow, that I trust, that I would still promote to this day, sleep courses that I would still take to this day. Stand on top of that foundation, and then you build your motherhood from that. What I preach is the best version for them and for you is getting out of the house and doing things that bring you joy and bringing baby along with you, especially in the little years.